are some of the things that you've learned about talent pools or pipelines specifically that have just really stuck with you as you're transitioning into different roles within the space?
Well, I think talent pool means a lot to a lot of people. It means different things, right? And vetting is certainly subjective, as we touched on earlier, and that can be problematic. If you're not vetting candidates correctly, certainly not drilling down on specific experiences or technical aptitudes, you're not doing yourself any good, right? So vetting is very, very important. And there's also time sensitivity around engagement. So, I mean, you look at your typical direct sourcing platform. One of the big selling points is engagement, right? Not only are you bringing people in, but you're constantly touching them. Where are you now? What do you want to do? Available? Are you not? Do you know somebody, right? So there's a lot of things that's really involved in the talent pool today that wasn't yesterday. So when I say yesterday, 5 years ago, your talent pool was your vendor's talent pool, right? Or maybe you had some kind of iteration of an internal staffing organization. But there needs to be consistent touch with candidates, right? You've got to continuously reach out to them, because if you're not, you just have a pool of people, just sitting there. And when that ages, it doesn't do you any good. And I did talk about referrals, right? So referral management is tremendous. And, Kevin and I had worked together with a big talent pooling direct sourcing solution before we landed in our current spots. And we used to talk all the time about how do we build our referral program? How do we incent people to, tell their friends? And are they active contractors? Are they just prospective contractors? Do these people want to work at that specific company, or are they just passionate about what they do? So the incentive of referral is very, very important, because what I found in the years that I've been doing talent pooling and direct sourcing, it's been a couple years, is that referrals are the best. I mean, there's no better way to get great talent than referring someone. And I mean, I think about all the people I've hired in my lifetime. Referrals, number one, and they'll always be number one. So talent pooling and direct sourcing, whatever iteration of that solution you have a great referral program in place, because that is going to be one of the biggest landmarks and foundations of your success. Finally, and I don't want to take up too much time, but talent ownership is very important. And when I say ownership, I'm really talking about the data. So at the end of the day, the client should own the talent pool, right? It's their talent pool. So any client that is involved in direct sourcing, and I will tell you, when we've set up talent pools in the past, it's important to make sure you have clear definitions of who owns what, because if you do, disembark from the direct sourcing solution, you have to make sure that there's a clear delineation of who owns the data.